Well, it does have significant implications domestically here in Australia. As you mentioned, we are days into this federal election campaign. The Prime Minister was speaking about the importance of diversifying Australia's trade relationships in Northeast Asia, Southeast Asia and India as well. But he was also trying to put this into some perspective, saying that it accounts for only about 5% of Australia's exports and that many other countries will be hit harder. That speaking about that 10% baseline tariff that has been applied to some Australian products, that saying comparatively compared to other countries, that Australia has come off relatively lightly and that no one has gotten a better deal. That's certainly how the Prime Minister is framing this. He did speak to some measures that the government has announced. Some were existing measures, but I'll talk you through some of the new measures that he announced this morning, around $50 million for affected sectors, and that will be provided through peak bodies such as the National Farmers Federation to help them chase new markets and diversify their exports as well. The Prime Minister also announced an economic resilience program funded through the National Reconstruction Fund with $1 billion worth of zero-interest loans. He also spoke about pushing Australian companies to the front of the queue for government procurement, and also about strengthening Australia's anti-dumping regime for key sectors like steel and aluminium. Of course, that relates to the previous round of tariffs that were imposed on aluminium and steel across the board as well. It is interesting to note as well, Dan, we heard from the Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, calling for unity on this and pointedly speaking to how people who are seeking to become Prime Minister, so not necessarily naming Peter Dutton, but saying that this is a time for unity and putting that pressure on the opposition leader to show a bipartisan approach to this in the context of a federal election.